Bear, hi. How are you, buddy? Oh, I got a lot going on, man. All right, you ready? Okay. Number one. Remember Rick and Kathy? They got COVID. Rick died. No one's messing with me because I really consider Rick a good friend. And it's really wrecking me that he's dead. I'm not even sure how to process this yet. Two, I don't know that you know this. I had cancer. Yeah. All that shirtlessness in Palm Springs earned me a nice big melanoma on my back. Had that cut out 4 years ago. Fortunately, didn't have to do any chemo or radiation. Just went back to the dermatologist for my annual checkup. Cancer's back. Okay, right? How's that? Like, what? Then I got fired from my stupid part-time job. I don't even want to talk to you about that. Like, I've never been fired from a job before. What happened? The shitty 19-year-old that I was working with was playing a bunch of Cardi B in the cafe. I'm trying to talk to him about shutting the fucking Cardi B off, right? And I'm trying to be cool about it, and I'm trying to educate him. I'm like, you hear the word bitches, right? Inappropriate for customers. You hear the word hoes? Not really okay for kids. You hear the word niggers? Not okay at all under any circumstance. You can't say that! So I'm trying to stop him, right, from playing inappropriate music to the customers, and then he went to management and said, Brandon's a nigger. And they fired me. Isn't that funny? Like, I'm trying to stop him from doing... I mean, the same employee steals all the time. And they were so mean to me when they fired me. And the thing is, like, just like with Blair, I was in the middle of writing an investment vehicle for them. Like, their company's about to just go straight down the shitter. They need money so bad they can't stand it. I was trying to stop an employee who steals from them. It doesn't even matter. It was just stupid. Right? And the thing is, like... I actually was looking for another job anyway because I made the important realization that I don't want to own other people's shit. And then you go to evolutionarycatalyst.love and I'm trying to save the fucking world. And my God, I want to own everybody's shit. So why am I reaching out to you? I'm worried about you. I've been worried about you for a while. The oracle readings that I do to check up on you, I should teach you my oracles. You'd really like them. I've developed 2 of them that are super cool. You're having a hard time? I don't know. They're saying you're not okay. I've seen you've been to the website a bunch, so I know you know what's going on there. You've missed the parts that you should go to. I'm wondering if you've read Stretch Aeon. I don't know what's going on with you, and I don't want to make any assumptions. Basically what's going on for me is I'm in this process where it takes 2 weeks to 3 months for me to put together some sort of package that I go and send to a journalist, a celebrity, and I've been doing this for years, tweets. I don't think tweets and, when you go to a news page, like a local news station, and you go to submit a news tip, right? They've got a form on their websites. I don't think that what I'm doing really translates well into press releases. I've written lots of press releases. Andrew Huff probably wouldn't like any of them. They're too wordy. But I've written and sent out lots of press releases. I've written and sent out lots of letters. I've sent out press kits. And I mean, nothing may happen, right? Totally reasonable. So far, nothing has. But I'm reaching out to you now because I think this most recent submission stands a real chance of connecting. Until January 22nd of the last year, the Washington Post, of which I have subscribed to for the last 4 years. I love the Washington Post. My Washington Post and The Economist, man. Best news in the business. So their climate desk editor was this chick named Trish Wilson. So I figured that out in December and started a really ambitious press kit for the Washington Post that I was going to send to the climate desk editor. And it's pretty substantial, John. I put together a 18-page handwritten and hand-drawn letter on cardstock that's pretty beautiful and really exciting and really insightful, and just like I pitch my currency ideas and my power ideas in that letter, as well as explain to the Washington Post what I did for Wells Fargo from 2005 to 2008, right? Because Wells Fargo materially knew about the market crash and did nothing. That's news, even though, I've tried to break the story multiple times before and it hasn't gotten through, but that's news, right? So, they're getting this letter. I put together, this is just an example. This is a bear. Put together a 15-page State of the Union digital comic, and then put together a series of 9 letters to the editor for the Post to publish, and then sent 2 of these puppies. And this one feels right. What's interesting is she's not the Climate Desk editor anymore. She's moved into investigative reporting, and this is really a great story for an investigative journalist to pick up. There are really so many stories here, and that's really what I'm counting on. But here's the thing. I've never sent anybody a FedEx package before. I've never spent 3 months to produce one massive submission to one person. And when I went and talked to another reporter friend that I know through work and showed her a little bit of what I was doing for the submission, she said, "Holy shit, every reporter in the world dreams of getting a submission like this. They're going to call you." Okay? So this is why I'm reaching out to you. Okay? I'm going to win. Okay? And I don't want to do it in any circumstances where I end up besmirching, impugning, or ruining your reputation. We had a bad marriage. You don't deserve to be punished for that now. And I don't want my win to be on the back of some revenge fantasy that might get carried out because you were a disappointing husband for me. That's why I've kept reaching out to you all this time, John. I know I'm gonna win. It's only a matter of time, and I know everybody's gonna want to know my story. And if I tell our story in full, nobody's gonna hear the good parts. Everybody's just gonna hear the bad parts, and they're gonna hate you. And that's the biggest thing you're afraid of. The number one thing that you're afraid of is that everybody in the world is gonna think that you're an asshole. And if I win, and I'm truthful about a lot of what you did in our marriage, it doesn't matter what else I say about you. I can say a million wonderful things about you, and I do this with everyone. Why did you stay with him for so long? Because when things with John Wright were good, he's incredible. John Wright's an amazing human being. We just weren't good half the time together. The other half of the time we were great. Phenomenal. I never understood why, I didn't need us to be that way all the time. I'm going to interrupt, right, the story for a second. You remember when you gave me the ultimatum in 2011? Do something new or I'm leaving you. Now that I've spent the last year I'm still a beginner. Can't even, still beginner. But I realize if I'd learned music instead of gone back to college, I wonder how you and I would have turned out differently. I think we would have turned out a lot better. Music's changed my life. So why am I reaching out to you? The Washington Post is going to want to talk to you. I want to be really careful in how they present you. You know? I don't want to destroy you. And there are so many ways that we can easily remedy this situation. I mean, the easiest way in the world for you to just get on the right side of, I guess, history is just to call me and be my friend. You know? Be an active part of my life. No one, if I'm still actively involved with you, nobody's going to want to call you an asshole. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's going to judge you. You know? I don't want to be... it isn't even an option. I mean, this is the thing that I want you to know, okay? When I break, it will never be at the cost of you. Okay? No matter what. So our marriage didn't work. So I've been dealing with psychological problems as a result of your treatment of me. Those are true statements, you know? John, I have Social Security because you treated me so badly. I'm psychologically disturbed and the state doesn't think that I can work full time. Our marriage did that to me. That's why I have Social Security, is because of our marriage. It's not the bipolar disorder. It's the damage that our marriage did to me. Right? I don't want to put you in a position where you suffer anymore, okay? We suffered enough at each other's expense. So I just want you to know, if it isn't the Washington Post, if it's going to be the Guardian, who will be my next submission, whenever it's going to be, it's going to happen. And I think what I'm going to ask whoever talks about us to say about you and me is that we really weren't ready for each other, maturity-wise. And we really weren't ready for the love that we had for each other and everything that came with it. I wish I had had the insight then to be able to say, hey, let's do like they do in Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. Let's agree that something special is happening here. Let's let it simmer. Let's come back and try this when we're a little bit more mature. You know? I wasn't ready for you. I wasn't ready for a love that big. I wasn't ready for a love that awesome. I wasn't ready for a love that complex. And I wasn't ready for you. Someone who's super dynamic, brilliant, funny as all get out, and also super complex, way neurotic, and has some pretty profound hang-ups. And at the same time, I had all of those myself. Okay? That's all I want to say. I think you're an amazing human being. I'm going to do my best to go super easy on you when the reporters call. You know? Let's not be specific, let's be vague. Let's admit that you and I not working out is a tragedy. And let's not blame one or the other party. And above all, let's let grief, sorrow, stress, and anguish that lived in the past stay in the past. You, Bear, deserve that. Okay? I hope this is reassuring. You can call sometime. I'd love to talk to you. I miss you. I think you're super cool. Bye, bud.